Hello everyone, I'm Niharika Tiwari from SocioBits and today I'm the co-founder of Ezexam, Mr. Swaroop Roy. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi Niharika, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, could you tell me a little about yourself?
Yes, sure. Hi, my name is Swaroop. I'm the co-founder of Ezexam Technologies, and we provide educational software, specifically examination systems to education institutes. So before this, I did my bachelor's from IIT Bombay in computer science, and I published a couple of papers, and I worked as a researcher at ETH in Zurich. And I did my master's from the Technical University of Munich in Germany. And post that, I worked at a startup in Germany called Open Campus, which was providing educational systems for German universities. And working there for a year, I learned quite a bit and saw that many of these systems could be applied to the Indian market also. And so I came back and I started my own firm. And here we are today.
That's great actually. So, speaking of Ezexam, could you please tell me a little more about it?
Yeah, sure. So it provides examination systems to educational or training institutes. So what that means is online and offline examinations are conducted by the institute using our platform, and the results and analytics are available to students almost instantly. For online exams, it's instant. For offline exams, they can do it within an hour. And so we have created some specialized solutions for the Indian market. And currently, we are at about 130,000 students on the platform, and many of the biggest training institutes use our system today. And so we've been doing this for 5 years now. And this year, we want to hit 1 million users on the platform. So, hoping for that.
Okay. So, how is this helping the institutes that you provide?
Right. So evaluating examinations is something that happens on a regular basis, almost weekly, monthly, weekly, sometimes even bi-weekly. And there are these institutes or schools, colleges, coaching centers, training institutes which have thousands and thousands of students. And they conduct exams on a weekly basis, and all of these need to be evaluated and the performance has to be shared with students. And this has to be done in a seamless manner. And we provide specialized solutions for this. And so initially we started off with just an offline solution. So you might be aware of these things called OMRs. OMRs are basically paper-based examinations for MCQs, for multiple choice questions. So before, there was a very tedious process of having to use specialized big bulky scanners and software to evaluate them. What we developed is just an app which can scan any OMR and it will instantly generate the results and analytics, and it will share it with the student. So we took it from a multi-day process to an instant process. So this is how we started, and as time progressed, we also integrated an online examination system along with it, because many of the national tests have gone online in the last couple of years, which are IIT and the CET exam, the JEE and the CET exams have gone online. So we integrated an online solution also to it. So now we have a complete online and offline solution for any of these organizations which can use to instantly evaluate the students' performance.
Okay. Yeah. Could you point out any of the challenges, any major challenge that you faced?
Yeah, so initially, because we were new in the market, so the initial challenge was to convince big institutes which have thousands of students to adopt our platform. So that was the challenge initially, because we have to convince these people to trust us with all the data of all their students and their performance and so on. But eventually we got there, and our first biggest client was Vidyalangar, who has currently they have around 30,000 students on our platform. So basically all over India and Maharashtra, and all their students use our platform for their examination requirements, online, offline, everything. So slowly we got to them. And then we have resonance also under our belt. All the resonance institutes in AP and Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, they are also on our platform. So same, we provide them an online and offline solution. And the next challenge that we are currently tackling is that we want to simplify the system even further to make it completely automated to such an extent that a human interaction is not required. So currently, we have to set up a lot of systems for them. We have to train their operators or their technical people, and this takes time and effort and also cost naturally. So our challenge right now is to automate the system even further so that people can just institutes, schools, organizations, or even individual teachers, they can just sign up and start using the platform without having a training session or to require in-person support, which will greatly reduce the cost. That's the challenge we are tackling right now.
Okay, okay. So I was curious. You told me that you started 5 years ago, right?
Yes, yes.
So how has your journey been so far?
So the journey, like I said, so the first 1 or 2 years we were just developing and improving on the product while getting smaller clients. But about 3 years ago, the product was complete and the offline product, and we had a sizable market share, sizable number of users by then. And then around 3 years ago, we added the online examination system. And after that, we integrated everything under one platform. So we have online, offline, and analytics under one portal. So any institute that comes to us, we just give them a portal which can be accessed on any platform, whether it is on any device, whether PC, laptop, mobile phone, tablet, on anything. And the students have access to all their data through their own account on it. And yeah, so that has been the journey so far. And at this point in 2022, we are working on this automated system to greatly increase the scale, so that if institutes and school teachers, even individual teachers, if they can sign up and use the system on their own, then that greatly reduces the cost and also it helps scale the system faster. Yeah. Yes.
Swaroop, do you have any competitors in the market like Ezexam?
Yeah, sure. So there are a few players in the market, but I think our system is superior just based on the pricing. So we target a price point which is 1/5 to 1/10 of what they are charging for a similar capacity requirement from the institutes. And apart from that, we have a few advanced features which are practically cutting edge. So, for example, so we have this AI facial detection feature, which helps in preventing plagiarism during online examinations. So basically, the face is constantly being tracked, and it's also keeps a database of who is taking which device exams on which device and how they look, so that nobody else can write the exam instead of somebody else. There is no impersonation. Secondly, there is a lot of other factors involved. So, for example, the device the student is using, the IP address, and there are lots of this metadata that is collected, which is used to prevent or mitigate plagiarism in online examinations. Apart from this, the system itself is quite robust in the sense that we have built it from the ground up such that even with very choppy internet, or even if there is a disconnection, or even if there is a power failure or a device failure, the exams are still very resilient in the sense that they can be continued, and it doesn't interrupt the user uh, much at all. So in that way, it's very fault tolerant. In other words, so these are some of the USPs by which I think that we are better than our competitors, and but mostly for the Indian market, it comes down to pricing. So us providing the same or better features for 1/5 to 1/10 the price is definitely good. Is working in our favor.
Correct, correct. That's nice. So the next question would be, what is your roadmap for the future? Do you have any immediate goals planned?
Sure. For 2022, we are looking at geographic expansion. So currently we are focused on the Indian market, but we are looking to expand mostly to the US, UK, Europe, and Australia. So we want to expand globally. And secondly, it would be to hit 1 million users on the platform. So we are currently at 130,000 or 130,000. So we want to hit 1 million this year, and hopefully maybe even become an acquisition target for some of the bigger players in the market, like Baidu or Mbai or somebody like that. So those are the targets for 2022.
Okay. Yes. So this would be my last question.
Sure.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with our users?
Sure. So I would say if you are an educational or training institute like a school, college, or even an individual teacher who just wants to evaluate uh, their students using online or offline examinations. So definitely give easy exam a shot, and I'm sure you'll be satisfied with the support and the system that you will use. And about 130,000 students are also using it. So do join us. You will love it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Swaroop. It was really a great talking to you.
Thank you, Niharika, for your time.